Hello, class. Since we are doing our first meeting online, I wanted to take a few moments to do a quick video, introduce myself, and go over the syllabus and class expectations so you can get an idea both what I look like, if you don't know that, but also what we're going to be getting out of this class. So if you are watching this, this means you are enrolled in MPA 732 Analytic Methods for the spring semester 2017. My name is Michael Ford. I am an assistant professor here at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. This is my fourth time teaching this course. I'm excited to do it. It's one of my favorites. If you ever do need to reach out to me, my email is fordm@uwosh.edu. It's listed on the syllabus, but there is another Michael Ford. He's actually retired now, but he's still floating around campus, and his email is still active. So if you do email ford@uwosh.edu, you will get him, not me. So make sure it is Ford M. So first thing on the syllabus, meeting time and place. As you know, our first meeting is going to be 100% online. So included in this email, or an email I just sent you today, will be information about that meeting. So you do not have to be on campus for that first meeting. But after that, we will be meeting in CLO 240 from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And actually, we will meet there at 9 a.m., but after lunch, we will move to the computer lab, which will also be in CLO Hall 016, but we'll all move together, so you don't have to stress about that. I will walk you all over there. All right, the course description. The course is designed to familiarize you with the collection and analysis of data for public administration purposes. I'm going to give you the opportunity to define, conceptualize, design, and implement your own research project relating to issues of current public interest. So we will discuss research design methodology. We will discuss the research process extensively. We will talk about how to specify a research question. We will talk about how to conduct literature review. And in fact, your first assignment for Class 2 will be conducting literature review. So more than just explaining how to do that, you will actually get to do that. We'll go over how to discuss methodology, discussion of your results, and how to present a conclusion. I do think you will find this to be a useful course, and as I stated in the first online lecture, if you've already watched that, and if you haven't watched that, you'll hear me repeating this over and over again. My goal for each one of you is for you to get as far as you want to in this class. If you really are into research methodology, I want you to be able to design your own research projects in your own professional careers. Some of you will not have that ambition, that desire. I want you to be a good consumer of research. I want you to be able to have a research project come across your desk, research results reported in the media, research results given to you, and I want you to be able to make sense of them. And not just the narrative, but the actual statistics. So the course objectives, briefly here. We'll go through the research design process. We'll discuss the differences between quantitative and qualitative research methods. We will go through the basic functions of SPSS. And one of the requirements for this course is that each one of you have access to SPSS. There is a link in the syllabus for how you can go ahead and rent that for 6 months through the UW system if you want to. There is a fee for that. If you don't want to rent it and you have access to the computer labs here on campus, that's absolutely fine. Your take-home assignments will require you to use SPSS. But I just want you to have access to it. I don't want to force you to buy it. If you can get the work done after class, get the work done during the week on campus, nothing wrong with that at all. We'll go through sampling theory, hypothesis testing, descriptive statistics, regression, how to present research, and we'll apply this to current debates in public administration research. So how exactly will we connect the goals of this course, the objectives of this course, to our overall goals? If that makes sense. Well, we'll place focus on hands-on classroom activities, oral presentation skills. And we'll do this in two ways. First, you will give a presentation to a group of your classmates in which you conceptualize your research question. You will actually grade one another. I have done this, I didn't do it my first year, but I have done this for the past 3 classes, and it has worked out very well. And this will be in class 3. So you'll actually sit down with 2 or 3 of your classmates. You'll present your ideas, they'll give you feedback, and you'll all grade one another. It's a wonderfully constructive exercise, and it's not something you need to be intimidated by. I find it's a nice first step for presenting your research ideas before you actually get up in front of the entire class in our last meeting. And that's your second major assignment. Your final research presentation to the entire class where you describe the results and relevance of your research. That will, of course, be based on a final research project, which is the big assignment. The required texts, like I said, you have to have access to SPSS. I have the link in there if you want to rent the grad pack for 6 months, or if you have some other way of getting it. It's not my business, as long as you have access to it. But the only book you need is Essential Statistics for Public Managers and Policy Analysis. It's by Berman and Wang. Looks like this. This is a reflection because I'm recording this. But it's a wonderfully brief book. It's direct. It's to the point. Students have given it very high marks. And I have been tempted in the past to review other MPA research methodology books, but I've never found one that is better for us than this. So I hope that you will agree with me by the end of the semester, and certainly I think past history suggests you will. I have in the syllabus listed there a non-required but a useful text, and that's actually the Cliff Notes Quick Review of Statistics. It's published by Wiley. I'm looking to see if I have it here in my office. I do somewhere, and that's just a really quick and dirty, easy resource for some of the basic statistical language that we'll be using. I will also create some of my own little cheat sheets, I call them, that I will give to you that will help you navigate SPSS. And if you look on D2L, they're already there. So yeah, know that's coming. All right, course requirements and policies. This is a course where it's going to be difficult to do well if you don't keep up, if you don't come to our class meetings. Full disclosure: the first time I took research methods, and this was 12 years ago. Wow. Getting old. 12 years ago, I fell behind. I missed a class, and this was at UW Milwaukee. I ended up withdrawing from it and taking it again. And from this day forward, it was a dumb thing to do. I thought I was a little bit confused, and I was a little bit confused. What I didn't realize is that everybody else in the class was equally confused. So if you are feeling a little unmoored during this class, that's totally normal. Statistics, research methodology is a different language, and it's hard to learn a different language. It's hard when we only have one semester to teach you this language. But if you keep up, I promise you, you will do just fine. I will grade you on the following. 20% of your grade is going to be class participation and attendance. So that really means that I expect you to be here. Our first online meeting, I'm able to check if you watch those lectures. As I discussed in the first recorded lecture, the reason I'm doing this online is strategic, because I really want you to have the ability to go back and listen to things over and over again, because this class, our first meeting, is going to be all about the building blocks, and it's important that I think that is documented. You can go back and you can actually write down your questions for the entire class to benefit from, and I have the capacity to go check and make sure you watch those, and that will be part of your class participation grade. But then also attendance. Just make sure you're here. Make sure when we're in class doing our computer lab work that you're keeping up, and you never have to hesitate about raising your hand and saying, "Could we do that again? Slow down. Try that again." It's perfectly acceptable. The second 20% of your grade is going to be the completion of the classroom homework assignments, and I have a whole list of non-graded assignments, and those are going to be your SPSS take-home assignments. And what will happen there is you'll do the assignment, you'll hand it in, and I won't give you a grade. I'll either say it's done or it's not done. If it's not done, I'll tell you what you got to change, because the point there is for you to get this stuff right, not for me to give you a bad grade and you never learn it. The first presentation is going to be 20% of your grade, and that's totally peer evaluated, which can be a little scary, but I found that it has worked. And I do reserve the right to step in there if for some reason, I don't know, some of you don't like each other and you start giving each other bad grades, but that's never been a problem before. I don't think it'll be a problem this time. And then 40% of your grade will be the final presentation and the final paper. That is the big assignment here, and we will go over that in great detail in our face-to-face meeting, so I don't want you to stress about that yet. I want you to worry about one assignment at a time. The grading scale is pretty basic. If you look to the final pages of the syllabus, the class topics and reading assignments, I have all the relevant information there. the assignments that are due, the reading assignments I expect to have completed by that date, and the names of the lectures. All of the lecture PowerPoints will be posted on D2L prior to class. I will also record all of the lectures I do in class, and I will post them if you do want to go back after the fact and watch them. I'm looking forward to this class. I think it will be interesting. It always has been. One of the best parts about this is the final research assignment is a topic of your choosing. So I find we get to be exposed to a large diversity of public administration topics and really things you feel passionate about. So the assignment that will be due in Class 2 is a literature review. And the literature review assignment, I'm looking on my computer because I have it up right now, is posted on D2L. It should be 5 to 7 pages, and I do go over it in more detail at the end of that second lecture. But this is going to be really the first part of your final research paper. So I want you to build on this. So really think of this as something that is not just a standalone assignment, but something that is going to be part of your final research paper. It'll be an introduction. It has to include 4 pieces, or several pieces, excuse me. First, an introduction that defines your issue, states your rationale for reviewing this. In other words, let's say I'm interested in education, this is why. You're going to review briefly 10 to 15 articles or books that are relevant to your topic. The majority of these should be peer-reviewed articles. At the end of that second recorded lecture, I do go through exactly how to find peer-reviewed articles, so make sure you do watch that. And then this should also include a conclusion. So if you do have any questions about the literature review assignment, please do post them on D2L under the lecture questions, and I can help you out, or feel free to shoot me an email. So I hope you are enjoying this last week off, and I'm looking forward to a fun and productive semester. Thanks.